Howdy, my darling Taurus. How are you doing? It's been a hot biscuit. I know. I've missed you, my beautifuls. I'm just here to stop by, give you your weekly tarot reading for February 2025, honey. I know, darling. I know. You don't know if you can trust me anymore since I keep on just disappearing on you, but I promise I'm back. You know, if you do want to catch up with me on any other place, honey, you know, just think of SimplyVelca. If there's an app for it, I'm probably there, darling. All right. But enough about that. Let's just get into your tarot reading for February here, right? Because we're about February's upon us already starting 2025, honey, and we're already getting into the second month of the year. Can you believe it? Hopefully it's been productive and yeah, just overall productive for you. I don't even want to think about it from a place of like healing. Obviously, I hope that you have healed, Taurus, if there is something to heal from. But, you know, I feel like for you guys, just connecting to your energy, Taurus, I felt as if like you were kind of just tired of being in like this healing phase, right? Whether your Taurus is in your moon, rising, sun, I feel as if you're just in this place of where you wanted to go into 2025, where you're just like, all right, you know, I've done my healing, and you have healed, and you know, for good reason as well. It's like you've been put through the ringer. But I felt as if like you, especially Taurus, was somebody that really wanted to leave an identity of yourself or a version of yourself, a phase of yourself in 2024. It's like you don't even want to be, you know, for you to think about from a place of healing from something would have to be acknowledging something or someone from their past that you are trying to move on from, right? I feel like you, out of all the zodiac signs, really, Taurus, so don't tell the other ones. I feel like you, out of all the ones, my beautiful Taurus, are going to be the ones that are really doing some big changes in your life. And with those big changes, I can really see here, it pays off quite a bit. All right, so I connected to your general energy off camera at first, just so I could give you that little bit of a spiel, honey. But just so you understand a little bit of where I'm coming from right now, the base, the foundation of your energy this week, my beautiful Taurus, is we have the Three of Wands right here on my left. It could be your right, I'm not sure. We have the Three of Wands right here, so your spiritual team is letting you know that there has been active signs laid around you. All right, even if we're going to put the spiritual side away, my darling, right? It feels to me as if you are starting to catch wind or understand the flow of energy for where your life is trying to take you, and I think you're getting a lot more in control of things. Like, to me, it's like you've finally been able to start catching your bearings. Why does that sound weird? Am I saying that properly? Catching your bearings? Or it's like I don't know, it's like you stabilized, Taurus, and now I'm being shown like someone taking off running. So it seems to me it's like you figured yourself out, you've gotten to like your flow, maybe taken a little bit of discomfort there, because I feel as if you've been, especially with the moon energy, you've probably been in this place of being like, girl, where the hell am I? Like, what am I doing? Like, where am I going? You know, you've been really out of your comfort zone here, right? Which is a positive thing, right? I don't even think I need to give you the spiel, my darling, about, you know, it's how, you know, when you're uncomfortable and being out of your comfort zone, like that's where the growth is, right? You already know that, Taurus, right? So you don't need to, you know, I don't need to be preaching to the choir here, but I just like the general energy of where things are going for you, Taurus. I do need to give you the heads up as well. I won't be surprised from a social aspect here, for my social Tauruses here. I won't be surprised if people from your past that you had tried to invest into, that you try to see like where those relationships would take you, family related, career, maybe romantic for you, Taurus. Like, I won't be surprised if something that you had at one point in time invested into, but kind of like when you have like a garden, right? I don't know why as if I speak as if I have one, but it's like, let's say I had a garden. To me, this reminds me of like, you know, I had a phase where it's like, oh, you know what? I have like this random avocado seed, you know, I'm gonna just toss it in my garden, forgot all about it, and then months later it starts sprouting up in the back corner there. It's like, oh, wait a minute, you know, to me this is like something that you had forgotten about. And to me it's like, I won't be surprised, my darling Taurus, if like people that you just start showing up here soon. To me, this is like somebody that needed to have some separation from you, or you just needed separation from them, quite literally, so they could figure out from their own devices and their own environments, like where they needed to grow, where they needed to develop there. To me, it's like you got to this point where you were tired of leading horses to water and telling them to drink. Like, you're sitting there, it's like, wait a minute, why am I having to convince you to drink this water here when I could be drinking water for myself? I shouldn't be having to convince you, you know, X, Y, and Z. So it's like you left certain things, you left certain people in the past, and obviously, you know, I'm not going to be sitting here and telling you should re-engage with certain folks that you had invested into, but I will say, for those that really feel resonant in this to be like a social reading for you, my darling, see how people have grown, seeing how they develop. Don't take them at face value. You know, if they say it's like, oh, you know, I've grown, you know, I've understood what you said, yada, yada, yada. It's like, those are just words, darling, right? Pay attention to their actions, pay attention to the life that they've been living, and see if they've actually have like grown in the way that you probably saw the potential in them to become. But at that point in time in the past, you know, they just needed some time to marinate, honey, right? Outside of the social though, right, because not everyone cares about the social life, not everyone is you know, extrovert right now, Taurus. I feel as if you're right now on a path where it's like you've already been shown the seeds, like, or shown the signs of where you need to be planting your seeds, Taurus. It's like you already know a little bit of an idea of like being like, all right, I need to do this and this and this, and hopefully it pans out to bring like a positive harvest. Like, to me, you're at this point right now, Taurus, where again, because you're out of your comfort zone on some level with that moon energy, you're not really sure where life is taking you or like how things are going to manifest with your efforts there, Taurus. But to me, I don't know, Three of Wands to me is like you've really started to have like a different relationship with your intuition, or maybe you've always just been this way, Taurus, right? You can tell me. But to me, this is like the feelings that you're having right now, even unrelated to like your goals and stuff. I feel like it's just different. I feel like you have really walked into 2025. I said it earlier, but like truly as like a new version of yourself where I don't know, I feel as if you're a little bit more of a, like, you would be perceived as like a risk taker, but I don't even see you as being a risk taker, or I don't think you would see yourself as a risk taker. I think it's more so you just changing your relationship with like your actions and being more confident about the actions that you're taking, and just being a little bit more experimental, being like, all right, where are things going to be going here? And I think it's going to be paying off, my Taurus. Whatever you've been having sitting in your mind about, it could be like a business idea, could be just something to do in your you know, your own personal life there. I feel as if it's going to be something that pays off beautifully, even though right now, again, I really want to be stressing that I feel like it's something that is just out of your comfort zone or out of your element, or you could be you know, dipping your toes back into somewhat familiar waters, but you're coming at it from like, I'm being told like a different swimming outfit. So it's like you might be in the same familiar waters that you were in like years ago, perhaps, or doing the things that you have been dabbling into before. So there might be that level of familiarity, but you're coming at it from a different, you know, it's like a different outfit, or it's like you're coming at this after like the swimming lessons. So it's, I don't know. This is like a layered thing. To me, this is like you're getting back to, if I were to summarize this, it's like you're getting back to your essence. You're getting back to your the core root of like what made you Taurus a Taurus, I suppose. Yep, we get that death and rebirth card coming in here. Let's do one more. And then we got that, what is this? The Two of Pentacles showing up in the reverse here. To me, and yes, I do read reverse, darling, but I just don't feel the need to hold this card upside down and be like, see, it's reversed. Like, girl, please. To me, I see this as like, because that's showing up in the reverse, Taurus, it's like maybe you've had your hands like in too many different pots at once. Maybe it's like, and this probably is dealing with someone that has like a level of self-awareness about their life, where it's like, you know, like all these different things that you could be investing into or putting time into. It's like, you know, what you need to be doing to improve your physical health, you know what you need to be doing for your career, social life. It's like, you know what you need to be doing for all these different things. And I feel like what had really got you caught up for a while was that you wanted to address everything at once. To me, it's like, especially with the Hanged Man showing up in the back of the deck, what I feel like you had been in a little bit of denial about. It's like, yeah, you can see the world and how it works, and like, I don't know. You know what this reminds me of? It's like someone that like first, like, you can, my old heads will already immediately know what I'm talking about. It's like someone that like first discovers life, like a sheltered person that first realizes life isn't fair for the first time, or someone that firstly like starts waking up to the matrix that this is, right? If you want to consider life a matrix, honey, right? I'm not here to project a belief system onto you, but it's like someone that first wakes up for the first time, be like, wait a minute, like all this has been going on, like it's like, this is like symptoms of somebody that it's like, just because you see it in front of you, it does not mean that's something you need to take care of immediately, because this has been going on for all this time. So to me, it's like you've had to like change up your priorities for a while, Taurus, where it's like, all right, I know I need to do 20 different things at once, but just because you're aware about it, it doesn't mean you need to like address it immediately. I don't know. To me, it's like you're entering 2025 from this place of being like, what can I do that will be the most productive just only for your life, but also take care of other things that are on your like your to-do list. Like let's say for example you want to be like a model, honey, right? But you also need to pay your bills. But you also, want to take care of your health, and then you also want to make some friends, right? You could put a focus in on all those different things, or if you just found something that was related to all of that there, right? Maybe it's just like you starting to work out a couple of times a week. That is in itself is going to not only improve your health, but it's also going to affect your social life. When you start feeling good, when you start looking better, or feeling better, you're going to want to socialize more. When you start looking better, feeling better, you're going to want, it makes it easier to pursue model, whatever. You see where I'm going with this. Like, I think and especially because of the King of Swords in the back of the deck as well, like, I think you already know, like, the proper steps that you need to be taking right now, that will fill up your cup entirely. Especially because of the Seven of Wands there's something that you had been like really resistant towards, or like this need for you to justify those actions. Perhaps you just had like kept yourself around people, Taurus, or like been dealing with like habits or something that made it hard for you to fully live in your truth in this way. This easily could be someone that's like has always felt a calling to like, have like their own personal business, but the people that they were around were those that just believed in doing like a 9 to 5, not taking any risks, don't going to, go to school, go to college, yada, 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 right? That's just like the example. So it's like you may have just been in an environment that was not conducive towards getting back to or putting energy into, again, like what you, I don't know, if I were, again, I want to just summarize this as Taurus, where it's like you're getting realigned back to like your core essence, like the core of like what you were brought here on this earth to do. And I think you've always known what you've been brought to this earth to do, but you probably just saw so many different ways of how you could go about doing it. That's how this is coming together. It's like you Taurus knew so many different ways of how you could get to reach your certain goals, or maybe you just had like 20 different things that you want to develop in. But now, to me, Taurus, it's like you're being shown the trail of like what to be putting more focus in on. It's like, yes, you want to change the world, but where is your spiritual team starting to show up first? How are we going to first take that first baby step? They're showing it to you, and they're showing it to you in a sense of something in your physical life, whether that's a person showing up at your door, showing that they've changed and telling you that they changed and you actually can see the change in them, or whether this is something more of like a personal goal for you, personal matter, where, you have all these different projects, all these different interests, and you just essentially follow like the money trail. You follow the trail that is actually getting you results. You're starting to see that in your life, right? And it's all because you firstly started getting out of your comfort zone. The only thing I can really suggest to you, my darling Taurus, to keep in mind is, especially with this King of Wands, is really keep that confidence. All right, and this conviction towards what it is that you're doing, because I think that is going to be your biggest benefit, especially because of the Seven of Wands here. There is like this level of where like your conviction might be challenged in some way. I mean, it may be because like you're not seeing the results as quickly as you would like it to be, or maybe it's just because of the people you're around, but I don't know. There's just a level of like understanding what it is that you're doing towards and trusting the actions that you're taking. There's this level of just this need of confidence that you need to hold of as you like continue walking into February with like what you choose to commit to. All right, don't allow outside influences to give you like imposter syndrome, perhaps insecurities, doubt, stuff of that nature. That's going to be the opposite of what you need right now. All right, you know what you need to be doing. All right, you're showing up as all these like elevated people, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, honey. Right, you know how to take care of your life, my darling Taurus. So yeah, that's what I have for you, my love. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gave you some perspective to be thinking about, my friend. All right, and as I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to connect to me to any other place, think about a social media, type in SimplyVelca, and I promise you I'll probably be there, honey. All right, and if you want to book a private one-on-one tarot reading with me, just check out my website, SimplyVelca.com, my darling. All right, I built the website myself. It's linked down below if you want to book a private one-on-one personal tarot reading with me, whether we go on a Zoom call or if I record a tarot reading for you like this and I send it to you on private, right? Whatever works for you, my darling, right? But until next time, my love, I'll connect to you next Monday. All right, Taurus? Bye.